This is Yerushalmi Peah Daf Chaf, according to the Art Scroll Oz V'Hadar edition, and that I'm starting right from the top of Daf Chaf, Amud Aleph, with Halacha Beis. In the Vilna, it's on Yud Beis Amud Aleph, also from Halacha, beginning of Halacha Beis, which is a few lines down. Amas Hamayim, if you have a water canal, Sheni Yechol Yikotzer B'Achas, you can't stand on one side of it and harvest on the other side of it. You have to go, you can stand in the middle, the bottom, water, you can harvest on both sides. You can't stand one side and harvest the other side. Rabbi Yehuda Mer Mafsekes, Rabbi Yehuda says it's an interruption, since it's so broad that you can't extend from one side to the other side. Moshe points out halachas like Rabbi Yehuda. Any hill which can be hoed with a hoe. Moshe says, "Komar shahar zakuf." The mountain is steep. You have to dig and plow it with a metal vessel. Shechovrim was a karka with which you can dig up the ground. So you can't use a standard plow. You have to hoe it by hand. If it stands between two fields, even though a plow can't be, with an animal can't be used there, since you can still cultivate it with a hoe, so therefore, you give one pair for ball. So that's what Mishnah says. Then they must be hoed by hand. Even though the animal can't go and plow, with no same pair achas kol, it's not interruption. You give one pair for the whole field. The Gemara says, "Having boy meimar v'lo pligin." We want to say that they don't argue. When there's no Rabbi Yehuda, there's no opinion in our Mishnah which argues Rabbi Yehuda, so maybe they don't argue. There's nobody who argues. Ashkan Tani, no, we found a Bryce that says Amas Hamayim Hakvua, this a permanent canal, Harez Hefsek, which means that as long as it's permanently there, it's mafsik. Even you can stretch out and harvest the other side from where you're standing on the one side. So that must be the sheet of Rabbanan. And Rabbanan obviously arguing Rabbi Yehuda. That whole doesn't make a difference. If you extend over or not, it's still a hefsek. They want to say min madam Rabbi Yehuda oimer mitzad echad and yochal some mitzad sheni. So they wanted to say, okay, fine. If you stand one side, can't harvest on the other side. It separates. Because if you stand in the middle and you can there harvest from the both sides. Here it says Eino, the Mechamayim, based on the Mechamayim, based on the Rash takes it out, says Kotzimikan Mafsik. It is that it is Mafsik. Ashkotani Polik. No, we find that is the inference. In other words, if you would stand in the middle, and like we said in the Pnei Moshe in the Mishnah, you stand in the middle and you can stretch both sides, then no, not Mishnah. Sorry, if you stand in the middle and you start with some side from both sides, again, I'm going with the Mechal Mayim, according to the Rash, Mafsik. It is Mafsik. Ashketani Poli, we find a Bryce which argues, Hayome Be'emtza, if in the middle, if it ain't no Kotzim Mikan Mafsik. Only if you stand in the middle, you can't reach either side. It's Mafsik. But if you can't reach both sides at the same time, it's Mafsik. But if you can reach both sides at the same time, it isn't Mafsik. He can't carve both sides. It's mafsik. If you could, then it's not mafsik. Mitzad echad, on the one side, in other words, if he stands on one side and he can't cut on the other side, it's not a hefsek. Unless until he stands in the middle and there from the middle can harvest from both sides. So the argument is reviewed in our Mishnah, right? So that's also for the Mechal Mayim. So if you can mitzad echad eno mafsik, If you stand on one side, it's not mafsik unless when you stand in the middle, also you can't reach both sides, not just when you stand on one side and um, uh, uh, yeah. Okay, that's all according to the Rash. You can also learn Kipshuta. It's true, and it can learn like this. Going back, Rash is one of the few Rishonim we have, so we like to learn like the Rash. But you can go back and learn this the same without the change. Let's do that now. Havbol Meimar, Meimadam Rabbi Yudam mitzad echad ve'eni yochol liktzor mitzad hasheni. But if you're in the middle, and you can carve it on both sides, ain't no mafsik, because that's considered to be already. It's not like regular Mishnah, but it would ain't no mafsik because you can get the other side by staying in the middle. Ashkatali Poli, find a argues, Hayome Be'emtza, the Kotze Mikan Lakan, it's still mafsik. Nevertheless, it's mafsik, which would be like Rabbi Yehuda. Mitzad Echad ain't no mafsik. If you can reach from one side to the other side, of course it's not mafsik. Okay, be that as it may, here by the Shem and Shimon Lakish, Hayasham Sela, Apnei Kol Sadeu. If there's a stony ridge, I guess, along the entire field, you have to take the plow out of the ground and move it to the other side of that stone and put it back in the ground. So then, mafsik. It is mafsik. It's interruption. Mitzad echad doesn't really make sense. What do you mean mitzad echad? Eino mafsik. Obviously, there's a way to do it, but the Shara so changes it to v'im lav. Eino mafsik. If you can keep your whole somehow, it's not. I guess it's not an outcropping. It's more close to the ground. If you can keep it down to the ground and not have to pick it up, so then that that stony patch is not a half-sake. So let's see if the copy roughly changes it or not. He doesn't change it. So he says mitzad echad. But if the because he changes it even more. He says listen to what he says. He says imokas machishim mitzad zeh v'nosa mitzad zeh v'chein mitzad zeh v'nosa mitzad zeh mafsik. Mitzad echad eno mafsik. If the plow is impeded when you go from each side to the other side. In other words, there's no way you go from side to side without picking it up, so it's a mafsik. But if it's only mafsik in one direction, meaning that it's like a sloped stone, and in one direction you have to pick it up pick it off the ground, and the other one you don't have to pick it off the ground, it's not mafsik. I think the Shara is much more lot. Again, just simply changing it to v'im lav, and I don't know if he has a source for that, but we know the Shara does that very often. V'atani madrego shein gavos asor tvachim nosim peah achas. If you have a step which is 10 foot high, nosim peah miko achas v'achas. Sorry, you pay for each one because it's an interruption. Pachas mikan. If it's less than tvachim, nosim echad akol. Well, pachas mikan means it's less than 10 tvachim between the two levels. But wait a minute. Even if it's that far, we still have to uproot the plow from the ground and put it back in again. So what's the machine down in the stone? So afilu pachas mikan okeru. Even if it's less, you still have to uproot it. Lo asina mislein asora. So this Brisa mentions 10 tefachim not because of this issue, but Ela Mishum Sofa, that but rather because of the end of Brisa. Shema Yurashim Madregas Muravim Shunosem Echad. If the at some point all the Madregos come together, so then you give one pair on all. tells that even if further down the line there's 10 tefachim between the levels, if somewhere along the line they come together on the same level, then it doesn't matter the fact that they're later on two rishuyos. You give one pair on all of it. Halacha gimel. Hakom afsikin l'zroim. Everything is interruption for zroim. Vein afsikin ilan elagoder. But for tree, only a fence is interruption. V'imei asar kotesh, if the foliage goes over the top, ain't a mafsik, it's not an interruption. Unless a peah achat alakol, you give one peah on everything. Charuvin by carobs, kol royim zed. Even they're distant from each other, as long as you can see one from the other. You can give one pair from the on all the carobs together. The Kabnaki, based on the Ravid, the Hills Mountain Sanim, says that it's really a simple Pshat Mishnah. I don't think it's a Chiddush, that even though there are many fences in between, as long as the tops of the carobs can see each other, that's sufficient. That's sufficient connection. You don't need Seir Koitish. And then the carobs have a unique type of expansive foliage that even if they don't touch each other, it's still considered to surmount the barriers and the gaps. They would give one pair for all the olives that they had in one area, but not the entire field. But charuvin kol roim says that by carobs, anytime you could see from one from another. Right? Let's talk about Shema after charuvim shalem b'chol year. Even the carobs that you had in the rest of the city, they didn't see each other. Nevertheless, they would give one pay up from all of them. Okay, Marco says more. Makotesh. What does kotesh mean? Keoleh b'machtesh. This is like something which is the Mashpil explains it, something which breaks the fence. Or kotesh agabi goder, or something which joins together on top of the fence. In other words, kotesh can mean they pound into the fence, and they get mixed up through the fence because they broke through the fence. But it could be also that they go over the top of the fence. Which one is it? Kotesh gabi kotesh b'machtesh. If it's going into the machtesh means a crater in modern Hebrew, probably in time of Chazal probably also was that way. You have some. It's a mortar. It's a pestle. You take the ali and you pound into the machtesh. So is it that the trees pounded into the wall, like into a mortar, and they connected through the wall, or they go over the wall? They connect with each other over the wall. They pound into each other, but not through the wall. Minma say or kotesh. Now, which it says, the seor, the hair of the is kotesh. It must be that they're not. It must be that it means that they get interlocked. Not that they're breaking through the. Not that they have to break through the fence in order for it to be a one pair. The sar kotesh ain't a goder kotesh. It's not that they're breaking through the. Not that they're breaking through the defense itself. Hadar Mara Kodesh Gabi Goder, and this is a conclusion that Kodesh means on the top of the fence. We are now well into Daf Chaf Aleph, so we will stop here for today.